On this show, we cover some sensitive topics.
Though the obituaries may be outlandish, the people are real.
Names have been changed or omitted in order to respect both the deceased and the survived by.
While death is no laughing matter, some petty last words can provide some pretty entertaining comic relief.
Welcome to Obituary.
Hello?
Hi, sorry, could you speak up?
Did you say what? What was your name?
Was that Geoff?
Oh, it's Geoff?
Oh, well, hi, Geoff. That must mean that I'm Spencer Henry.
Oh, and I'm Madison Reyes?
And it's Thursday. Welcome back to Obituary.
Welcome back. Halloween is over, baby.
Oh, we are just in November. It is fall. What a day, what a week, what a month, what a year. We, first of all, have to talk about some very exciting news. Betty Bungalow has a cousin.
Oh my gosh. Spencer, you got a little bungalow, so I said, I think I have to too.
You did. I went over and saw it this morning. Madison and her husband are moving into the cutest little bungalow. We're calling her Golden Girly.
She's just golden.
She's a star.
She is so beautiful, so much bigger than we've ever had, which is crazy.
And a casita.
Yeah.
Little guest house for me and Hot Dog when we get frightened being home alone.
Oh, well, I'm going to be turning it into a gym, so.
Oh, please. I called her the other day. I'm like, hey, girly, check on your app for our spin classes. Like, I think yours are expiring soon. You're like,
They've been expired.
all right.
My fault.
I'm the solo spin instructor.
I really committed, too. I said,
Oh.
I'm not going to buy one package. I'm going to buy two. And I went 3 times and let the rest expire.
It's fine.
Which, like, kills me because I don't like wasting any money on anything.
Well,
I did.
it's okay. We all have our phases. Well, I've actually been going to a lot of like the noon classes, which is fine because
You've really stuck with it.
you are not awake. so it's fine. But I like when you come with me.
I know. We have so much fun.
Now it's just me.
Oh my gosh, and your flip phone.
You guys, I think I'm going to get a flip phone.
He has been talking about it.
I was looking up the different types of flip phones that are offered, and it's so funny because some of the ones that have been around just forever are still in existence. It's the same like Kyo or Kyocera or whatever flip phones or Nokia. And I'm like, cool.
Oh, I want a Motorola Razr.
Oh, well,
You get one, I'm going to have to get one.
I don't even need the camera on it.
No, for what?
But I would love like a camera picture. I just start uploading those to Instagram. I mean, here's the thing. I can't get rid of my other phone because we are constantly emailing people and doing different things that require our phones and just the notes app and everything. But I think for just like day to day running errands or whatever, I don't need my phone with me. Get a little flip phone.
I think it's a great idea. I mean,
Weekends when I refuse to work anyways.
let it die. Let the iPhone die.
Just have the flip phone.
Have the flip phone.
Who
I
knows?
think that's great.
Maybe I'll get a fucking belt loop hook for it.
Oh, a holster?
See, I feel like that'd be kind of a vibe, huh?
That'd be kind of cool.
I'd be like,
I think you could get a little Bluetooth. I think that would be cool.
I don't want the Bluetooth because I want the satisfaction of flipping that shit open every time. Flip it open, talk to me, and then just, that's it. Slam it shut.
You should get a car phone.
Cool. I remember my grandpa had one. I loved it.
My parents had one in their car, but it didn't work. Oh, I thought it was so cool.
It was high tech, baby.
I know. No, I love that. We've talked about it so much on here, like just the amount of hours we spend looking at our smartphones.
It makes me feel crazy. I'm like,
Crazy.
I don't need access to this much information all the time.
No, I have been hyper obsessed with being on next door and neighbors, especially because we're moving to a new neighborhood. So I'm like hyper obsessed about crime, about safety, about all of it. And it's making me crazy and negative. It'll be probably the nicest area we've lived in, but I'm like finding every little, there was a converter stolen. There was,
we just don't need to know everything.
We don't.
It's a balance always, I find, of wanting to be informed, but also not be fucking inundated with 36 things, because you turn on your phone in the morning and immediately
negative.
This happened and this happened and this happened. But I will say I did turn on my phone this morning and I opened up TikTok, which is not normally a morning go-to for me.
Okay.
But I was like procrastinating getting up. And the first thing I saw was Julia Fox. She was holding up her Birkin bag and talking about how someone like attacked her with a machete. And I was like, God bless. I love Julia Fox.
You've loved her from the beginning.
From the get-go.
I know. I feel like now that she's on TikTok and corresponding with people are starting to love her and like get it.
Because she's cool.
She's cool.
I think I remember I told you like a long time ago she did an art exhibition where she like used blood.
Her own blood
in the art exhibition. And I was like, see, she's like cool.
She's cool. We had a really fun weekend.
We did. Well, first of all, I came over. We watched the new Halloween movie. We both liked it.
Yeah. I mean, I think it was not a ton of Michael in it, which was a little disappointing, but I get it.
Yeah.
And I think I don't know. I'm like, oh yeah, he's for sure done. And then I'm like, no, he's not.
He's never done.
Some loophole's going to happen and there's going to be another.
Well, in my opinion, without trying to give too much away, I think that the reason they introduced a new character is because they're going to, they eventually have to pass on the Michael Myers baton because Michael Myers is getting old.
Yeah.
Too old to run around with all that killing.
But there's something, he's not human in a way. So you don't even think about his age.
Yeah.
But they did make him like really a lot slower and older. But you and I got into it during it. I'm like, he's psychic. He knows something. Like I had all these conspiracies about Michael and you were like, what the fuck?
I was like, they're just showing some flashback scenes. You're like, no, did you see him in the eye? He's having psychic visions. And I was like, you were like, I think they're trying to tell us that Michael Myers is psychic. And I was like, oh God. But okay, we also went to Halloween Horror Nights, which was such a blast.
Such a blast. And then we
saw Michael Myers there.
Honey, we did.
Okay.
But we fell in love with the clown.
Okay, yes. Michael Myers, we've talked about before. We both find something attractive about him.
Yeah. And I know it's annoying. Yeah, we know.
Yeah.
There's something.
Suck a fart out of our ass. He's hot. Okay? There's something hot about Michael Myers.
He's not real.
He's got a good body, wearing that fucking cool-ass coveralls.
He has a capsule collection.
He's just cool.
He is cool. Oh, well. What are you going to do? He's not real. We're not talking about a real person.
Get off Twitter right now. Get off your reviews. Oh, I used to love this show until they romanticized Michael Myers.
Oh, please.
No, Michael Myers, I think I like because he's loyal and quiet. Two things I really respect. So if you're out there and you meet those, requirements.
No, but can we talk about that clown?
There was
Universal?
This clown at Universal. What was his name? Howard?
It was like Harold's Circus or something.
He had BCDE. Big clown dick energy.
Truly, I wanted to honk it.
We were on that fucking Hollywood tram going through Universal Studios, and I was like looking at you. You were looking at me. We were like, is he hot?
What is the deal? And he kept appearing.
Oh.
And just like a big smile, and he carried a bat.
Doing funny things.
Hot body.
He could be at the funeral clown at my funeral any day, baby.
Oh my God. He could get me dressed.
Oh, yeah.
For the funeral.
We loved him. And then, was it Sunday night? We watched The Munsters.
Saturday night.
Saturday, we were on the phone and we had been talking.
My phone was hot.
We had been talking for like 3 hours just because.
No, it was 5 hours.
Well,
total.
no, before the movie.
Oh, yeah,
We had
yeah.
been on the phone for a couple of hours already, and then we're like, all right, yeah, I gotta go. Okay, me too. Should we watch The Munsters right now? The new Munsters movie? We're like, yeah. We stayed on the phone and like timed it so we could watch it at the same time and just watched.
We'd mute ourselves, but we knew we were there.
And we would just come on if we needed to say something, mute ourselves if we didn't, and we watched the full movie that way, even though we live so close to each other.
I think that night you were trying to get me to come here, and I was trying to get you to come to my house.
And we're both the type that we're like, okay, well, I guess we'll just stay at our own houses then.
God, my husband came home and I was like having a full conversation with him. He didn't know I was on the phone with Spencer. And then Spencer came on like, oh my God, did you see that? Like, he was like, why don't you guys just go get married? Like, what is this?
Listen.
Yeah.
I love it. Love our little life together. Mm-hmm. We went to Home Goods again this past weekend, and
oh, we did.
I got a great rug, which I would never have expected to be at Home Goods, that rug.
A great rug. It completed your living room.
Oh, and it was raining. That was also a thing because we were like, oh, it's raining. I got the new rug. If all the dogs come, it could get crazy.
Yes, yes, yes.
And then that's why we stayed in our respective homes. But new rug, love her. She's doing great.
Doing great. What else did you get?
The coffee table from West Elm.
Coffee table. We had a lot of pickups.
We did do a lot of pickups, which is thank God for your van, girly.
Thank God, but
I'm thinking about getting a truck.
Yes.
I, in passing, told Madison that day, I was like, oh yeah, I was like, I'm thinking about getting a truck. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I like my car now, love my car now. Mm-hmm. But I'm like, what if I have a truck to like do random pickup things? Go to Home Goods. And she's like, yeah. You know what? Let's go to the dealership and look at them. And so then next thing you know, I'm fucking talking to Anthony down at the Toyota car dealership.
I'm asking him for coffee.
I was telling him, we got to the car dealership and we were like, I was like, okay, yeah, let's just do a drive-by. Next thing I know, we're parked. Mm-hmm. We're inside of a truck. Mm-hmm. And you're like, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I just need a truck right now. A truck and a cell phone. You're going to see me hopping out of a fucking truck with that cell phone clipped to my hip.
I think it's cool.
No one's going to know what to do with themselves.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
So who knows? Hopefully by next episode I have a truck. We're bringing that to fruition.
When we sat in the truck, we started in the back seat and then we're like, okay, let's try out the front seat. And the guy's just watching us like, who are
I'm holding hot dog, by the way, this whole time.
Yeah.
He's probably like, this gay dude and his little ass dog is just like hopped up in this truck right now with his like, fucking wife.
His wife doesn't know what's up. And you're like, can I turn it on? And he's like, yeah. And it was like, and you were like, oh, the feeling of turning it on just
turned me on.
Turned you on.
So watch out.
I love it.
Because guess what? Life's short. Get a truck.
Oh, that's the name of this episode.
Let's call this episode Life's Short, Get a Truck.
Yes.
Do what you want. Get the new house.
Yeah.
Get the truck.
Yes.
If you've saved for it and you know.
Well, yeah, this isn't, I sat you down after and was like, so are you going through anything? Like why do you want, and you're like, bitch, I guess I haven't told you, but I've been wanting this for a long time.
I have. So anyways, lots of new additions. If you need a place to stay, Madison has a guest room. If you need me to help you get there, I will hopefully have a truck next week.
Oh,
so
hot.
There we go.
All coming together.
It's all coming together. But yeah, I think that's my updates. I'm still obsessed, by the way, with all the candles we got last week.
So am I. I've been burning the pumpkin butter in my little wax burner.
Smells so good.
The house smells great.
Love it. Love
it. Can I tell you something else that I love?
Tell me.
I found an article that was it's sad, but then really sweet.
That's how we do things on this show.
Yes. It's been reported on like a bunch of news outlets, but this Syracuse.com article I'm going to read you, it caught my eye because I'll just read it. Man hit by train has no obituary, but at Syracuse Burger King, they saved him a seat.
I feel like I want to cry already.
Are you going to cry?
I don't know. I'm in an emotional state.
He always wore a hat and ordered a cheeseburger with coffee and soda. He didn't remember to dress for the brutal Syracuse winters. He never asked for anything. That was Steve. They didn't know his last name. They didn't know where he lived. But for 10 years, Steve came nearly every day, sometimes twice a day, to Burger King. He'd show up in the freezing cold at 4:30 a.m. before the restaurant opened. Sometimes they had to remind him to change his clothes and take a shower. They had to remind him to dress warmly. What they never did was ask him to leave. Steve was quiet. He'd just get his sandwich, sit by the window, and watch the world. He was part of the woodwork here, said Sue Spencer, the Burger King manager. On September 25th, Steve did not come. That was weird, but not alarming. Sometimes Steve missed one day, but then for several days, Steve did not come. They started asking around, Spencer said. They started worrying. Then the police came. They had an answer, Spencer said. Steve was a 49-year-old Stephen Mercarter, and he was dead. Steve had been on the train tracks behind Destiny, USA.
Oh, no.
A freight train was coming toward him after 5 p.m., September 24th. The engineer blared the horn over and over. Steve stayed on the tracks. His back was to the train.
Fuck.
The train engineer could not stop. He was too close.
Oh, that is awful.
The locomotive plowed over Steve, killing him instantly. They don't know if it was a suicide or drugs, Steve's sister Nancy said, but the police are still investigating. Steve was not homeless, but he had lived on the fragile edge of mental illness and drug addiction for decades. His sister said that she hadn't seen him in 15 years, and their mother searched for him but couldn't find him. He's a mama's boy, his sister said, and he was the youngest of 3 kids. But he did not have an obituary. They never gave him one. And so look at this picture of what they did at Burger King. There's a sign that says, "We will miss you, Steve. Rest in peace." And they block off his...
Oh, my God.
Is that so sweet?
They have like a little chain blocking
It's
it
like
off.
a little shrine to him at Burger King.
That's very sweet.
I love that. You forget that there are so many good people and like little things. I mean, it's a big deal.
Well, totally. And just seeing like little spotlights of humanity in today's world, especially, is just always heartwarming.
Mm-hmm. But he didn't have an obituary, so maybe we need to write him one.
Maybe we do. Well, that's heartwarming. This next segment is not, because we're moving into some assholes.
Oh my God.
This first one. Am I the asshole for asking my husband's friend if he was going to bring his wife's ashes when he moved in with us?
Oh, God, okay.
My husband's friend, 31, lost his wife 4 months ago. He had her cremated and used to keep her ashes in their home. He unfortunately had to lose their home due to medical debts and asked me and my husband to let him move in with us and stay for a few weeks until he figures it out.
Okay.
He told us this during dinner. My husband said, of course, we'd welcome him to move in and stay in our house, and I, for some reason, kept thinking about his wife's ashes. Now, I'm not a fan of cremation, but obviously I can't control how others choose to honor their deceased loved ones.
Hold on. I gotta just sit up here. Getting pissed.
But still, seeing ashes or being around them gives off weird vibes that I cannot control. I decided to speak up and ask his friend if he was going to bring his wife's ashes as well. His friend got quiet and my husband gave me a death stare. His friend left and then my husband blew up asking what the hell possessed me to ask such a question. I told him I was just inquiring about the ashes since he knows how I feel about it. He said this came across as insensitive and unwelcoming towards not just his friend, but the deceased wife as well.
Yeah.
We had an argument and he said that I was cruel and reckless to speak to his friend the way I did. He said I should have never brought it up and told me to get over myself and not expect his friend to part with his wife just because I'm uncomfortable. We argued some more and he told me to apologize next time I see the friend for the disrespect I displayed. But in my opinion, he made a big deal out of a question.
No, honey, your husband is right.
You're lucky that all your husband told you was that you were cruel and reckless to speak to his friend that way, because I would have told you you're a dumb fucking bitch.
She is. I mean, people need to get over the ashes thing. I feel like we've had a couple Am I the Asshole? People like weirded out.
Well, and hers is even more annoying to me because she's like, now I'm not a fan of cremation.
Who are you?
Who the fuck are you, lady?
Well, then don't get cremated. Okay.
Or do now, because we're sick of your shit.
We're sick of it. Are you kidding me?
Isn't that a bitchy thing?
The only time you'll probably ever be hot is if you're cremated, you bitch.
Yeah, that's what he should have told her.
Oh my,
just
I
can't
feel
believe
bad for the
people.
friend. I mean, yes, it's very generous to open up your home to a friend and let them stay for a few weeks. That's really great and nice, but you can't talk about his wife's ashes like that.
It's also one of those things where, like, if you're going to let someone come stay with you, I don't really feel like you can have stipulations. You can have rules or things that you're like, please don't do this, or please, if you're going to go out late, remember to lock this door, things
Right.
like that. But I'm like, if you're letting someone stay with you, you're letting someone stay with you.
Yeah.
When people get crazy about stuff like that, like, I know if I'm letting someone come stay at my house, I'm like, I don't care. It's whatever you want. Make yourself at home. Do whatever.
My only stipulation with any, like, even if family comes and stays, I'm like, you make this your home too. Do what you want. Don't bring weird people into the house, and
Yes.
be very mindful of the door because the dogs will run out. That's it. Eat the food, take hot showers, long showers. I don't care. But how could you ever ask about ashes?
You know what I would say? I would say bring the ashes. I'd say bring a body if you need to.
If you need to bring a whole coffin and sleep in it,
Put it in the office.
put it in the living room.
Put it on the desk. Put it on the coffee table. Put it wherever you want.
You know what? This is being a good host.
Yeah.
What a bitch.
What a bitch. Okay. And then this next one says, am I the asshole for not attending my father's big blowout funeral? I took care of my mother in the last few months of her long cancer battle. As the only unmarried sibling without kids, it was seen as my duty. I dearly loved my mother and knew she was comfortable with me, but this certainly took its toll. It was torture to watch her slowly pass away before my eyes and be the one attending to most all of her bodily needs when the nurses weren't there, watching the disease up close ravage her. In the end, I had to arrange her hospice, plan her service, choose her mortuary, select her urn, etc. I gave a long eulogy at her funeral, which was traditional and well attended by those who knew her. 4 years later, my father passes. Different situation. While I did clean his house for him and visit him every week, I did not provide him with one-on-one care. He lived right behind my sister, who doesn't work and whose children were older by then. She and her husband handled his caretaking duties. My father and I were close when I was young, but had a touchy relationship as adults. I didn't approve of the way he treated my mother. They were separated by the time she passed, but not divorced. And he despised many things about what he saw as my degenerate lifestyle. And she added a little edit later on, and they were like, degenerate lifestyle for him was that I smoked weed sometimes and like lived with some guys before marriage.
Oh, please.
Please. Though he seemed to tolerate these same things in my brother and my brother-in-law, or even tolerated much worse. I fell into a deep depression after mother passed. I spent the next few years drinking heavily. Very out of character. I'd never enjoyed alcohol before. Things were going on in my life I just couldn't handle. Aging, changing jobs, reaching my 40s, still not having kids, missing my mom. I thought the alcohol would help, and it didn't. Dad
Never does.
Never does. Dad passed and wanted everyone to throw him a big blowout party on his old friend's farm instead of a traditional funeral with bands and a pig pickin' and hundreds of people he didn't know invited. I didn't want to go. I had just gotten sober. I didn't want to be around a lot of revelry and slippery places. I also still have very mixed feelings about my father, who took pains to separate me from my other siblings in the will. He didn't exclude me, but he arranged it to where I have no say in important decisions regarding family property or a trust he set up to manage a few things. That stings, especially after he praised me for the way I looked after mother. The last place I want to be is around a bunch of rowdy strangers in the woods trying desperately not to drink, despite God knows what feelings I'll have, with kegs and liquor stations everywhere. My brother hits the roof. He calls and demands to know what's wrong with me, what do I have better to do, and how can I do this to the family. Later on, he bombards me with pictures from the funeral/party on my phone, even after I told him I didn't want to see any. He has people from our childhood call me. These people did not have my number, and I hadn't spoken to them in years, and asked me, was there something the matter? Why didn't I go? And it was humiliating. Am I the asshole for not going? Should I have just sucked it up?
I don't think you're the asshole.
I don't think so either.
Just the backstory that you gave about him and the fact that you're like on a sober journey.
And if you don't have a relationship, like a good relationship or a relationship with certain people in your life, you absolutely don't have to go.
No.
Like, gone is the age-old adage of, like, blood is thicker than water and that kind of stuff. I don't believe, I'm such, like, a chosen, I mean, I love my family, but I'm such, like, a chosen family.
Yeah.
There's so many people in my life that I would bend over backwards for more than I would for people that are
like
a distant relative.
Yeah. No, I agree. And I think you know yourself, you know that that's a slippery slope. I don't understand why parents do things in their will that will cause so many issues after.
Like an evil thing sometimes. Like I get, like a lot of times one of the beneficiaries will be the one that's like
has the say.
Yeah, and that makes sense to have one singular person be that, but then when it comes to other assets, I mean, divide up your assets however you would like to. And I do think there's certain circumstances where maybe somebody gets a larger percentage or whatever. I mean, that can all be worked out. But you're essentially just putting it onto the kids at that point to choose and make decisions. And it doesn't sound like they're very mature if they're having people from your childhood call you and ask why you weren't there.
Yeah, true.
I mean, listen, I would be mad if one of my siblings wasn't at one of my parents' funerals, but luckily we don't have any strained relationships there. But
that's, I don't think you're the asshole.
I have some family members who I probably wouldn't go to their funeral.
Same.
I mean, let's be real. Like, this is a podcast about death and that industry and history and all of that. There's fully people that I know I would probably even maybe be expected to, but I'm like, oh, we don't have a good relationship.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that.
Right. No, you're not the asshole.
Not the asshole. A lot of times we see excuses from people or justifications on why you're doing something. If you don't want to do something, you don't have to fucking do it.
And you don't have to explain it.
Yeah.
Also, we've heard some really dumb excuses like, oh, the ex-girlfriend of so-and-so is going to be there. And in that case, it's like, go to the fucking funeral.
Yeah.
But like, this feels different.
I agree.
A funeral on a farm, though, I'd love to see it.
Oh, pig picking?
What is that?
I don't know, but I'm trying to do it. Unless it's mean to the pigs, then I don't want to.
Then no.
Then absolutely not.
I'd love to pig hug.
Yes.
Pig hugging.
Remember the lady on My Strange Addiction who was addicted to pigs?
Yes.
Loved her.
She had the cutest little pig and the cutest little outfits. Or no, was that the squirrel lady? Oh, hot dog.
She's preoccupied with her bully stick, thank God, because
thank God.
She'd lose her fucking mind. All right, well, I am up first this week because we're back to spinning in our own separate coffins.
We are.
You got a little side bitch for us?
I do. I have just a good short obituary. I thought it was really well written and funny. It's for Edward. Edward, born April 3rd, 1951 in North Carolina. He was one of 8 children. His older sisters regularly beat him up, put him in dresses, and then forced him to walk to the drugstore to buy their Kotex and cigarettes.
I love it.
After graduation from high school, he went on to lead a life of luxury in the United States Air Force. After escaping from the government, he spent most of his life as a mechanic, husband, and father. Bruce never met a stranger and in many ways was stranger than most. He is survived by 1 daughter, 2 grandchildren, 2 ex-wives, unpaid taxes, and many loyal, loving friends. Services will be held on Tuesday, September 23rd. So this just happened.
Oh, love it.
I love it. I think it's such a good example of a short, sweet, funny obit.
Love it.
Love it.
We're putting it in the archives. We really do need to compile all of these.
I know.
If only there was a way. I guess one day we'll find out.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's take a quick break, and then we'll get into some coffin spinners.
All righty.
All right. We'll be right back.
And we're back. What's got you spinning?
Oh, bitch. We've covered the cause of exploding coffins in the past. You know, the whole gas buildup situation. Well, this week, I thought it would be fun to look into some insane stories of coffins exploding throughout the past. And, girly, I was spinning.
Girly, we love an explosion.
We do.
Coffins.
We love chaos. I actually learned some more about the explosion process. I was like trying to search through my notes because I was like, I know I talked about obviously coffin explosions. I think it was like in episode 8 or 9 or something. So I don't even know how in depth we got with the whole thing. But I love this quote from the Washington Post, and I'm going to read the whole thing because I paid $4 finally for the Washington Post. Yes, that's the one paywall that I feel like is always hard to get around. I feel like they have so many good articles that I always want to read. I finally gave in. Save the press. Save the newspaper.
I think I got think I got New York Times.
Yeah, and I think we have the Telegraph. I would be shocked probably if I saw how many monthly things I am subscribed
We need to do that. We need to look because I think...
No, I don't want to.
Okay.
Anyways, the article says, quote, while you're insulating grandma from the outside air, she could be stewing in her own fluids, turning into a slurry from the work of anaerobic bacteria. When the weather turns warm, in some cases, that sealed casket becomes a pressure cooker and bursts from the accumulated gases and fluids of the decomposing body. The next time relatives visit grandma, they could find her rotting remains oozing from her tomb in the form of a nauseating thick liquid. This is not an exaggeration, it's simple science. There's no way of telling how common exploding caskets are, since no official agencies are ever charged with tracking the problem. But as head of the Funeral Consumers Alliance, they wrote, I frequently hear from families around the country who have sued cemeteries and funeral homes for exploding caskets.
Wow.
Or have caught mausoleums secretly propping open caskets to prevent a gas buildup.
Wait, this is crazy to me because I just think of exploding caskets as like a thing of the past. Like, there's got to be some type of technology we've evolved, you know, into using.
No, they're still propping them open.
Oh my God, not a fan.
Imagine, like, you, like, fucking take your cigarette out and fucking put it between the coffin things. So we got to let grandma air out over here.
What if they had, like, an air out day? It's like, oh, cemetery's closed for maintenance. We're airing them all out.
Airing them out.
That could be a movie.
They probably do. Oh, yeah. And it's just called Aired Out.
Yes.
Write it. Netflix, call us. We have an idea. Two airheads have an idea. Whole product lines have been created to keep your relatives' remains from tarnishing the fine establishments they inhabit. There's Crepotec, a plastic lining that surrounds caskets to enclose their leaky contents, and there's Insura-Seal. Essentially, it's a bag for a box. We know what happens after the crypt is sealed. Your clients do not know, or do not want to know. Don't let natural processes destroy your facility's reputation. At bottom, I thought this was really interesting. The problem is fraud.
Oh.
Casket makers and funeral homes know that sealer caskets don't preserve bodies, yet too many peddle lies about the preserving powers of these overpriced boxes to grieving people whose emotions are easily manipulated.
Oh.
Never thought of that.
No, I mean, maybe we need to get into the dark side of the funeral industry.
Ooh, I'm ready. We'll expose it. Federal policy forbids funeral providers from deceptively claiming that caskets will delay the natural decomposition of human remains for long or protect a body from bugs or other disturbances when they can't. But every time a funeral provider pitches a sealer casket, they are doing exactly that. Funeral homes should stop hawking these caskets and mausoleum operators should stop allowing them. The dead will naturally decompose no matter how much money we spend on bags and boxes.
Wow.
Bags and boxes, babe.
Okay.
Now let's get into some stories, shall we?
We shall. I'm scared.
This first one is wild. I found in a paper from an 1886 edition of the Sumner County Standard, and the headline caught my attention. It said, "A coffin explosion. Why some men down in South Carolina were startled out of their wits." On Friday last, there was an occurrence in the cemetery at this place, the like of which perhaps was never known before. In 1875, James A. Watson of Clover, whose family then resided in Yorksville, lost a child aged 3 years old by death. Well, how else do you lose them? At the time, Mr. Watson was living in Baltimore. He was a teacher in a commercial college, and he could not conveniently leave his business to attend the funeral, and in his absence, only temporary burial was given to the body, awaiting his return home to secure a permanent burial lot in the cemetery. So the dad's away at his job and unable to be there for the burial of his 3-year-old child, and so they did like this temporary burial.
Oh, okay.
Which is something probably be a whole coffin.
Yeah, I've never heard of that.
Well, I mean, it kind of ties into like the rent-a-grave.
Yeah,
if you
that's
think
true.
about it.
It's all temporary.
The article goes on to say this was not practical until recently on the extension of cemetery grounds, since which time he has bought a lot. And on Friday, in the company of J. Jeffries and Dr. J. Allison, he went to the cemetery to remove the child's body to his lot. The burial case, which was a Fisk metallic, was raised from the grave, and a natural desire to look upon the face of the child which died and was buried in the father's absence prompted him to ask Mr. Jeffries to remove the lid covering the glass panel over the face. So he wanted to look.
The dad?
Yeah, the dad wanted to look at the child.
I mean,
A while later, though?
I probably would.
I don't know.
If it was my child?
The lid was unscrewed and removed, and all three were standing near, but they were observing a film on the surface of the glass. So there was glass, I guess, covering the kid's face. Mr. Watson requested that Dr. Allison procure some material for cleaning it off. So the doctor goes into this house nearby to get like a cloth to kind of wipe it down so that he can see the face better. But while he's in the house, all of a sudden there's this explosion. The glass shatters.
No.
It was a quarter of an inch thick.
Holy shit. Oh, is that thick? I don't know. It sounds thick.
Yeah, and it breaks into a million little pieces, several striking Mr. Watson on the face, cutting it severely. One piece struck the bridge of his nose, cutting entirely through it, and a few pieces of the glass also struck Mr. Jeffries, but he was not seriously hurt. The casket had been out of the ground for several minutes when the explosion occurred, which was the result of the expansion by the warmth of the sun of gas formed in it. The report of the explosion was equal to that of a dynamite cartridge.
No.
And was noticed by persons on Main Street over a quarter mile away.
A 3-year-old?
The casket, yeah. The noise from it.
I mean, and not to be disrespectful, but I think of it probably wasn't a big casket.
Yeah, well.
To do that type of
compact.
Explosion. Wow.
The face of the child was in excellent preservation, as also were the burial clothes, and a wreath of flowers on the breast seemed to be nearly as fresh as when buried 12 and a half years ago.
Oh.
It didn't say anything about that before. And that's where the article ends. Oh. He wanted to see it 12 years later, the body.
Oh, that's a little wild.
I was picturing like, oh, this was a dad who couldn't make it, and so they waited about 12 days or something.
Yeah.
12 years, honey.
12 years, but perfect condition.
The flowers. The body, too, I guess, actually.
The body, the face, everything looked really fresh, it said.
Probably compacted well.
Oh, is there any way to get that while we're living?
For a little preservation. Yeah, it's called Botox.
Yeah. Wow. But then after the explosion, it was fine?
Yeah, I guess they took him and probably buried him, but no papers reported on it afterwards. I looked to see if I could find anything more, and there were similar little blurbs about the incident because it was a big deal at the time. But yeah, there was no follow-up, I don't believe.
Wow. Oh my God, I have such a mental picture.
Yeah.
Oh,
great.
So sad.
The boy in the glass casket.
He went out with a bang. What? He did.
He did. 12 years later, but honey.
Better late than never.
Better late than never. This next one occurred in June of 1909. I don't even want to read the headline till after, but it says, El Centro, California, May 30th. Distressing was the experience of Mrs. Wallace Wilmot, whose husband died recently at Holtsville, California. Mrs. Wilmot started with her infant child and the body of her husband for their former home in Draftwood, Oklahoma, where interment was to take place. Wilmot's body had been embalmed. At El Paso, the trainmen discovered indications that something was wrong with the box, and as they reached Alamogordo, Texas, the casket exploded from the accumulation of gases due to the rapid decomposition of the body. The casket was taken from the train and accompanied by Mrs. Wilmot and her infant at midnight, and in a hastily made grave, the body was deposited by the light of lanterns. So they had to do like a fast roadside burial, I guess, for this.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Because he exploded, but he was embalmed. Oh, but because the fluids?
Yeah. You could still explode, I think, after being embalmed.
Well, yeah.
And especially in 1909, babe.
Oh, my God.
That's when they were fucking rubbing them with essential oils and pumping them full of God knows what. All right, we've got two more. This one is from 1948, and it says gas seepage blamed for casket explosion. Strange doings at an Arthur, Illinois graveyard had a scientific explanation today. So this seems like they were figuring it out. Dr. George Ekblaw of the state... I really like saying that name. Ekblah. George Ekblah of the State Geological Survey Office said that a gas explosion in a casket probably caused the earth over a 40-year-old grave to pop up 6 inches.
Okay, that's terrifying because you never know.
Oh, picture the grounds going up, babe.
It could happen.
Next time I'm at a cemetery, we should look. I wonder if there's like bubbles of grass. We're going to be like,
oh,
she's ready to pop up.
We need to talk to the front office.
Yeah. I never thought about the casket exploding in the ground.
I'm sure it could happen.
I'm sure it happens a lot. Huh.
We need to...
See, this is how this show keeps going, guys, because there's always something.
There's always a question.
Yeah. Scores of folks gathered at the graveyard to see the ghost-like upheaval of Henry Muller's grave. Caretaker John Klink discovered the rising grave on Wednesday. Gravediggers shoveled aside the dirt yesterday. They found that the 6-inch thick top of the concrete vault was broken, and the lid of the casket was blown off.
How powerful do you gotta be?
How gassy do
a
you
concrete top and the top of the casket blown off.
It had been scorched as if by an explosion. The geologist said that the gas could have seeped into the casket from a city gas main.
Could you imagine being the one next to that? Like, oh
Laying
my
there?
God,
Oh.
my neighbor.
I was just trying to rest in peace and then boom. He said that static electricity created during a thunderstorm might have touched off the gas.
Oh
so
my-
maybe they actually didn't know what they
What
were
is this
talking
world
about.
we're living in? Yeah.
He's like, oh yeah, maybe it was a gas main or maybe it was thunder.
Static electricity from the balloons you left at the grave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Okay. That's the last, like, coffin exploding thing I had, but tell me why I came across this article from 1982 when I was looking up, like, funeral explosions.
Uh-huh.
Just fucking wait. The headline says, Sinner's Chief Killed in Blast. Gurney, Illinois. The leader of a motorcycle club who was about to lose his office killed himself and 2 women in a Viking funeral explosion, officials said Thursday.
What year was this? 80s?
82.
Oh my God.
Viking funeral explosion. Investigators said that the explosion was set off Tuesday by George Sonny Ford, 35, leader of the Night Sinners Motorcycle Club.
Ooh.
At a press conference Thursday, Robert Babcock, the Lake County coroner, said that a tape was found in Ford's van after the explosion, and he was describing the Viking funeral he was to give himself. Ford, in an extravagant path of self-destruction, ended his life as spectacularly as he lived it, within the confines of a 12-foot-high, stockade-fenced fortress. Unfortunately, his fiendish scheme included 2 innocent victims. The body of Ford and 2 women, Patricia Lynch, 29, and Teresa Lanasa, 29, were found in the wreckage of the house, chained to each other and a bedpost.
Okay, wait. Was this a suicide?
Yes.
It wasn't accidental. It was...
No, he like chained
murder
himself to the
suicide.
2 women to the bed and just fucking exploded, I guess.
Oh my God.
But he left behind a tape
What?
saying that he was planning on giving himself this Viking style go out. But it doesn't say how he did it. But I was like, shit, that's a story I want to look into for Cult Leader.
I was literally just thinking, like, this is a cult leader episode.
Uh-huh. I should look into that.
You really should.
There's
wow.
gotta be a bigger story there. But that is what had me spinning in my coffin this week. Just some more coffin explosions for the Geoffs.
Oh my God. Every time we talk about anything on this show, my mind is boggled. It's so...
Is it blown?
It's blown.
Dynamite, baby.
Smithereens. Wow.
I just feel lucky to not have encountered that. You know what? My family typically goes the cremation route, so I'm happy for that.
Okay,
It's probably
okay.
why we haven't experienced it
Yeah.
yet.
God.
Well, should we take a quick break and then hear what had you spinning in your coffin?
Alrighty.
Let's do it. We'll be right back. And we're back. What had you spinning in your coffin this week, girly?
Ugh, more celebrities.
You love a celeb.
You know I love a celebrity. But I started looking into people that really weren't celebrities until after their death.
I love it already.
A posthumous
Celebrity.
celeb.
Maybe that'll happen to us. Maybe we'll die and people will realize how great this podcast really was.
Oh, yeah. It also always brings up this icky feeling in me of like, why didn't you people see these people's potential before they died? Or what, like it is kind of, it's
Like
sad.
Brittany Murphy.
Oh, yeah. Well, but she was famous.
Oh, yeah. I guess that doesn't work then.
But yeah, people get more famous or just like, we've talked about this. Oh, he was so great. Or, oh, she was wonderful. It's like, she didn't like you and you were a bitch to her,
Uh-huh.
Anyway, there are a lot of people, probably 25 to 30 people I could have talked about, but I picked 4.
Most great artists, I feel like painters, and we're all not really
Yes.
celebrated until much later.
Exactly. Let's start with one of those. Vincent van Gogh.
Love him.
Okay, I think we all know who he is. He is an incredibly famous post-impressionist artist, but he didn't really receive notoriety until after his death. And I kind of knew that. And like, he's just one of those figures that you kind of know. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
he
It's
cut
like,
off his ear.
yeah, Starry Night. You learn about it in elementary school. But I looked into the story and it's interesting. So he was born in 1853 in the Netherlands. His mom was a housewife and mother. His dad was a minister. As a child, he was a very like deliberate, serious child, and he seemed to kind of have an air of melancholy around him always, and he was always interested in art, and his mother encouraged it, but his grandpa and his dad were ministers, and so at one point he kind of took the religious route. He was sent to boarding school when he was like in middle school and high school, and that only made him more depressed. He said that his upbringing was really cold. In his 20s, he worked as an art dealer and then became an art teacher, and then he went off and became a Methodist minister's assistant. He really wanted to become a pastor and went to take an entrance exam at the University of Amsterdam and failed, and then failed a ton of other courses too to become a pastor. During this time, he drew and painted scenes around him and wrote a ton of letters to his brother, whose name is Theo, who will be important later on. In 1880, he really pursued art full time, but it wasn't until really the last 2 years of his life where he produced his most iconic work. In 1888 to 1890, that's when he sliced off his own ear, and then he voluntarily committed himself to a mental hospital where he spent about a year there, and he painted 150 paintings in that time, but he still was struggling with his mental issues. There was an incident where he was only eating his oil paints and he had to get treatment for that. And so he was always like, I don't want to say disturbed, but
well, kind of.
Yeah.
Listen, we've all been there.
We sure have. It was around this time too when he sold his first painting. He had sold little small ones around, but this one went for $400, which was
back then
was a big deal.
Yeah.
And I believe that was kind of the only big painting that he sold. On July 27th, my birthday, 1890,
your birth year.
My birth year, he walked out into a wheat field and shot himself in the chest. He didn't die, though, immediately. He walked back to his room and he died 2 days later.
Ooh, I had no idea.
I didn't know that
I didn't even know
either.
he shot himself, to be honest.
I know. I didn't know. Yeah, I didn't know that.
How old was he?
37.
I also didn't realize how young he was.
I know. So his brother, Theo, that he wrote all those letters to, made it his mission to make sure that Vincent van Gogh's art was known to the world.
Oh,
and
chills.
Theo had a wife and a baby, and in their little house, all of Van Gogh's paintings were in there. And so Theo was like, this is my mission. I'm going to make him famous. People need to see his art. Theo dies 6 months later. So then...
young, probably, as well.
Yeah. So then Theo's widow, her name's Jo, decided to continue Theo's mission of distributing these paintings. And also, she's now a widow, a single mom. She's like, I need to make money as well. She was smart. She published Van Gogh's letters to his brother, and then she would lend out Van Gogh's art to exhibits, and like specific exhibits where she knew it would be seen, and then she sold some of it. From the Van Gogh Museum website, they talk all about her. I never knew there was a woman behind his success.
No.
Quote, Jo was smart. She organized sales exhibitions to boost the visibility of Vincent's work. This helped pique the interest of potential buyers. She made many strategic sales of the artworks to collections accessible to the public and all around the world. This meant that as many people as possible could see Vincent's work. In 1905, Jo pulled off her most significant feat to date, the largest ever retrospective of Vincent's work, held at the Stedelijk Museum in Amsterdam. More than 480 artworks were on display. Following this exhibit, the prices of Vincent's work rose rapidly. And I read another story that was like, oh, fuck. This guy like bought one of Vincent's paintings and like didn't think anything of it. I think one of his smaller paintings probably that didn't cost much at all, and used it to repair his chicken coop. Oh. And it's just imagine finding that out, because now Vincent's paintings are worth millions of dollars. I think Starry Night is the highest at $100 million. And he never knew what a success he was.
That's so wild.
I know.
I mean, also such an incredible story of like the brother and the sister-in-law being the one to, I mean, really, she's responsible.
Totally.
Crazy.
I know. Okay, so next we have Sylvia Plath. Another iconic
icon
person that we all think of, but I didn't know too much about her story.
I feel like everyone had a Sylvia Plath moment.
I think we all had to read The Bell Jar in school, which was hers. But she put that out under a different name. I didn't know that.
Oh, I didn't know that either.
Yeah. Like she didn't use Sylvia Plath. She used like a ghost name.
Like a pseudonym.
Pseudonym, yes. So she's an American poet and writer. She was born October 27th, 1932. Also interesting, I was like, I always pictured her to be from like the 1800s or something. I didn't know she was born in 1932. She could still be alive today.
Oh, fully.
She started writing when she was 8 years old. She published her first poem at that age. And at that same age, she lost her father to gangrene. He like refused to have, I think he had diabetes, and he like refused to have some surgeries and treatment.
Also wild that happened in the 1930s.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't seem that far.
No.
And that was around the time she lost her faith in God. And I think that's probably when the Depression started. During her life, she saw some success. She released short stories, a book of poems, and a novel. Had like a good sized following, but nowhere near what she has today. She suffered, like I said, depression her whole life and attempted to take her life a few times before she was successful. Her most famous works, like Van Gogh, were written shortly before her final suicide attempt. This is sad and like a mental picture I got. On February 11th, 1963. She's only 31 years old. The SmithsonianMag.com wrote about her suicide, and it says, quote, Sylvia Plath quietly placed a tray with a couple glasses of milk next to her two sleeping children. Then walked to the kitchen, shut the door, sealed the cracks with wet towels, and put her head in the oven. If she had not committed suicide at the age of 30, Plath could still be alive today. She put her head in the oven. Carbon monoxide.
The gases, that they would use back then. Because I remember when I was like younger, I would always think, oh, fuck, they put their head in the oven? Like they just crisped themselves?
Yeah.
Like, that's the worst way to go.
No, yeah, it's just the gas.
The gases.
Ugh. After her death, her husband, who she was separated from because he left her and their two kids for another woman. He published some of her unreleased work. The first collection was titled Ariel, and it was super popular and boosted her legacy.
Yeah, she got a lot of notoriety.
Yes, but then the second collection that he published was called The Collected Poems, and she got a Pulitzer Prize for poetry.
Ugh.
Posthumously in 1982, and I believe she was the first woman to ever get that award.
Incredible.
So sad though.
So, well, very sad.
I mean, so far, depression has been
Key.
key.
But I feel like it
Fucking
ties
awful.
into artistry.
I know,
like,
it does.
so much.
Okay, this next one is, again, sad.
Okay.
And I've never heard of this guy.
I'm like, whoa, this fucking coffin exploded and cut his nose off. And you're like,
I'm all sad
this
today.
artist actually killed herself and
God.
gave her some children some milk first.
Oh.
Please.
All right. I've never heard this name before. Bill Finger. You ever heard that?
Honey, I've been fingered by a billet too. Just kidding.
He was an American writer. He wrote comic books, film, and television. Okay, so we have Bill Finger. Have you ever heard of Bob Kane?
No.
Okay. Bob Kane is credited as creating Batman.
Oh, yes.
He is the Batman
Yeah.
creator. Well, Bill Finger helped Bob Kane design Batman's original costume. Bill came up with and contributed to Batman's whole origin story.
Whoa.
And Bruce Wayne, like his alter ego, Gotham City, Robin, Catwoman, the Joker, the Batmobile, and the Batcave. He has helped with all of that and
Whoa.
came up with a lot of it. But Bob Kane had negotiated a contract that only Bob would receive creative credit for Batman and the whole Batman universe.
A shifty contract.
Bill's first public credit for Batman was a 2-part episode for a Batman TV show. Like, that's all he got. And then Bill died in 1974 at age 59. I believe from a heart attack. It was like natural causes.
Never really receiving credit, though.
Never really receiving credit, and he died in poverty. He didn't have anything to his name.
Oh, that is so sad when people get just taken advantage of like that.
Taken advantage of. Bill dies in 1974 at 59. 15 years later, Bob Kane finally publicly acknowledged Bill's contributions for Batman, but it's like a little too late.
Yeah.
But people found out, and Bill has received a ton of awards and has become super well known now only after his death. In 1994, he was posthumously inducted into the Jack Kirby Hall of Fame. 1999, he was posthumously inducted into the Will Eisner Award Hall of Fame. I believe those are all comic book things. And then Comic-Con has an award now called the Bill Finger Award of Excellence in Comic Book Writing. And
That's cool.
they award one living person and one dead person.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So sad.
Very sad.
Ugh. And then lastly, we have Ed Wood, who I think you're going to love. He was born October 10th, 1924. He was a filmmaker, an author, and an actor. And he made a ton of super campy, super low budget B movies. And sometimes those B movies were pornographic ones.
Love it.
Some of his movie titles were Bride of the Monster, Night of the Ghouls, Necromania, and my personal favorite, Orgy of the Dead.
Orgy of the Dead.
He also wrote over 80 books in his lifetime. Before his death, he was not very well known around and not very respected. And he too suffered from depression and alcoholism. And his wife did too. And he and his wife were kicked out of their Hollywood apartment for not paying rent because they didn't have any money, because nobody really knew them. Then they moved into a small apartment with their friend in Hollywood. And on December 10th, 1978, at age 54, Ed Wood died of a heart attack. He never received an obituary because the LA Times and any of those publications didn't really know who he was. Like, they couldn't find any information, so he never got an obituary. After his death, a few different TV shows and essays paid homage to him. And then in 1994, Tim Burton did a biopic on him called Ed Wood, and Johnny Depp played him. Now he has such a cult following that there's even a church called the Church of Ed Wood, and it's like a real recognized religion and church.
I love it.
Where Ed is their savior, and they practice something called Woodism, and there are 3,000 followers worldwide.
Love it.
From a HuffPost.com article, they did a whole article on the Church of Ed Wood, and it says, quote, "We at the Church of Ed Wood look at things differently and take a different road than most religions out there. The Bible is an amazing thing and has helped many people, but we Woodites gain our strength through ourselves and our love for films, movies, books, and the pursuit of our dreams. We use the life of late director Ed Wood and his films to inject spirituality and religious theories and ideals into those who get little fulfillment from more mainstream religions like Christianity. By looking at his films and his life, we learn to lead happy, positive lives." Also, USC began holding the Ed Wood Film Festival every year in honor of him. And then there's like a library in Brooklyn has their own Ed Wood Film Festival also.
You know, I know the name. And
Okay.
I think it's because I did a quote leader on the murder of this man named Al Adamson, who was a B-grade horror director who was murdered in, I believe, the 80s or 90s.
Okay.
And I feel like I came across the name
Probably.
Ed Wood there.
Okay.
I can't pinpoint it, but it really another person who was just recognized too late. It's sad. It's so one of the saddest things to me, I don't know why, is hearing stories about people who literally died struggling.
I know.
I mean, but they probably wouldn't have had this success had they stayed alive.
I know.
So it's like a damned if you do, damned if you don't.
I know. But who knows? Maybe you'll have a religion named after you when
Hey,
you're gone.
stranger things have happened.
Who knows? But yeah, those are just a few.
I'm requesting formally a part 2 on this one day.
I'll give you one.
Because I love hearing these stories, and it feels cool to even just be able to learn and share more about these people and keep their legacies going.
Absolutely.
Another popular way to keep people's legacies going is by reading their obituary.
Oh, and thank the Lord they had one.
Well, I don't know. Mine is a little scandalous.
Oh my God, let's hear it.
You want a celeb? I'll give you a celeb.
Give me a celeb.
Lizzie Borden dies at home in
she has an obituary?
Fall River.
Oh, fuck.
Fall River, Massachusetts. June 2nd, 1927, Miss Lisbeth A. Borden, who was acquitted of the murder of her father and mother in 1893 after one of the most celebrated murder trials in New England, died at her home here last night. Miss Borden, who had lived quietly in the city since her acquittal, underwent an operation about a year ago and had never fully recovered. The country was shocked on August 4th of 1892 when the bodies of her father and mother were discovered in their home on 2nd Street in Fall River. They had been hacked to death with an axe. Their daughter, generally known at the time as Lizzie, was arrested and charged with the crime. Some of the most famous lawyers of the day participated in the conduct of the trial.
Wow. I can't believe she got an obituary.
She did. She got an obituary. I mean, at least in the local paper, but I went to her house.
Oh, yes.
Well, first of all, it was a beautiful drive to get to Fall River.
Okay.
Beautiful foliage, beautiful cemeteries.
Okay.
But the house definitely had a very eerie feel.
Yeah.
Which I don't feel a lot of places. I'm not a bullshitter. I've been to a lot of supposedly haunted places, but the Borden house...
You felt it?
Felt it. I got super sick.
Really?
I was like having really bad like pain in the left side of my head. And then...
Is that where she...
I don't know. I never really thought about it till now. But like I had severe pain on the left side of my face, like a nerve pain, like almost like a wisdom tooth pain, but not. Immediately went away and never came back.
Really?
After I left. So who knows? Maybe it could be haunted. Yeah.
Wow.
I got stories, honey.
Oh my God.
We're still learning about each other after all these years.
You always surprise me.
But yeah, I know. I wish I would have picked her for Halloween.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you for sharing that. I've got another sweet, really well written one. I don't know what my problem is this week.
Hey, where's the mean one?
I know. You know what? I'll bring a mean one next week.
Well, good, because you made us so sad with your goddamn coffin spinner.
God, I'm just like in a sweet mood, I guess.
A somber sweetie.
Oh, and I also chose this one because of the first sentence in it, and it kind of goes with my coffin spinner.
Okay.
Ida, you may not have known Ida, but she made your life a little better. She didn't understand dishonesty because it never took anyone to a better place, and that influenced all who knew her. She wasn't sophisticated, but she could assess the worth of something long before anyone said a word. She was never late for anything in her life, but she granted leeway for those that weren't as punctual. No one, not a single soul, would want for comfort while she had a say in the matter, and that endeared her to all. You could depend on her. You still can. All of these qualities have been passed on to her children and grandchildren, so her moral insight and strength of character will live on for a very long time. Ida liked Elvis, homegrown tomatoes, soup made from scratch, Las Vegas, Wheel of Fortune, happy grandchildren, and a gentle rain. Ida's legacy is more than enough for any good life, and our appreciation and love will never fade.
Sweet.
Oh,
Sweet Ida.
You never knew her. You never knew her. Now you do.
Now we do. And that's the important thing about obituaries.
Ida, you're famous to us.
You're famous to us, babe. And these next people are pretty famous, but it's not necessarily for the greatest reasons. We've spun in our coffins.
We've bitched our obituaries.
So that means it's time for some dumb
ass
criminals. Let's do it. I got a Texas man named Edward Scissorhands.
What?
Uh-huh. This article came out literally 5 days ago. This is from the New York Post. Neighbors want to nip this vandal in the bud. A mystery man who residents have dubbed Edward Scissorhands has been bizarrely snipping branches off residents' trees late at night in Fort Worth, Texas, stumping cops and neighbors. The self-appointed arborist oddball has trimmed at least a dozen trees on streets in front of homes in the area and was caught on camera several times mid-snip. Look at him.
Oh my God.
Oh, little rascal. One of the neighbors, Ashley Tommen, fumed. Sometimes he'll just take a little bit, but then in other people's trees, he'll take massive gobs.
Oh, just let him.
In home surveillance footage, the branch bandit can be seen doing the deed, normally at around 3 a.m. with an unleashed dog, before stepping back to admire his work. That's the part that got me. I'm like, I love it. He's like... All right, baby. He just loves it.
I love him.
Neighbor Jerry Balkenbush said, I was talking to my wife, Emily, and I was like, hey, we had a storm last night. And she was like, oh, no, that's Edward Scissorhands. So I was like, what? And his wife said that the limb lifter had earned the nickname, a nod to the 1990 Johnny Depp movie, due to his lust for slicing.
Oh.
I can't believe this is like a modern article. People in the neighborhood were talking about it, and it seems like he's just hitting certain streets, Emily Balkenbush said. Police are now using the footage to investigate the unwanted tree trimmer. And that's it.
I love that. I think that's amazing. He's proud of his work.
Give it up.
Give it up. I love that the whole town is like, no, that's Edward.
See, no one's realizing his art now, but maybe when he dies, what's it going to take for you to appreciate it?
God. Oh, we love a little trimmer. I have a little trimmer also. Okay.
Is it manscaped?
Or maybe a womanscaped. CBS News reported this. The article says Megan Barnes was driving while doing what?
Oh, don't even tell me.
Let me show you her first. Honey, she needs her roots done.
She looks like something.
No, the 37-year-old wasn't on her cell phone.
37?
Try switching the numbers around. She wasn't texting either. The Florida Highway Patrol says Mrs. Barnes was driving while shaving. There's more. Driving while shaving her bikini area.
She was not
Yes.
trimming her bush on the freeway.
Yes, she absolutely was. It might not surprise you to learn that during Barnes's ride on the Razor's Edge, she allegedly crashed into the back of a pickup truck. Then she and her ex-husband reportedly drove another half mile.
The car?
Just wait. They reportedly drove another half mile before being pulled over last Tuesday morning. we're told the ex-husband was actually doing the steering from the passenger seat, of course.
Why not just drive?
Patrol officers say they determined that in addition to this bit of landscaping behind the wheel, Barnes was already driving with a suspended license just one day after she was convicted of driving under the influence.
Oh, please.
Now for her apparent adventure with blade in hand, throw in charges of reckless driving, driving with a revoked license, leaving the scene of a crash with injuries, and driving without insurance. The good news, nobody was seriously hurt. Trooper Gary Dunnick, describing what Miss Barnes was thinking, explained, she said she was meeting her boyfriend in Key West and wanted to be ready for the visit.
Hey.
We knew there was a logical explanation.
What a imagine she had like a straight razor down there.
I mean, who knows?
Sensitive area, but also the thing that pisses me off the most about her is that hair is just going everywhere in your car.
Everywhere. There are folds and flaps and little
and the car
crevices you have to get into. I know. Oh my God.
Well, wait, I want to say one more thing. I'm not done with the show yet. People keep sending us this, and I think it's the best thing in the world. This woman had these handed out at her funeral.
Oh, no.
And they're the best thing ever.
Okay. Oh, my God, a little Ouija board?
And they say, keep in touch on them.
Let's keep in touch. And she's given the finger and her tongue's out.
That is our kind of gal.
I love that so much.
Isn't that amazing?
You know what? Things like that are so thoughtful because it makes everybody else feel a little bit more comfortable.
Well, it's like the lady that flew the banner that we were talking about the other day. Or like the guy who put the voice thing in his coffin. People are just so creative and I love it.
We just love people today.
We just love people and we love death. And that's...
But we love living.
Yes.
Okay? We're not in any hurry.
No. But we're also not trying to live forever. That, I think, wraps it up for the week. We'll leave on that note. A happy, fun lady note. We'll post that picture if that didn't make sense for you guys to see. We didn't get a chance to get to P.O. Box stuff this week, but if you have stuff you want to send us, you can send it to P.O. Box 18149, Long Beach, California, 90807.
Follow along on TikTok at Obituary Podcast, Twitter and Instagram at Obituary Pod.
Write to us, obitpod@gmail.com, and tune in next week
for some more
coffin spinners,
obituaries,
and dumb
ass
criminals.
Goodbye.